Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. I'm happy that you are here. Welcome back. And we are light years ahead of what things used to be when it came to marketing your business. You know, in the past, you had to look up a business phone number in the yellow pages or the white pages. You had to take out newspaper ads. You had to purchase billboards or commercial airtime. These are things that you had to do if you wanted to effectively market your business. We don't have to do that anymore. In this day and age, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of these social media platforms. Well, all you have to do is take a couple dollars, purchase a business ad, and it gives you exposure to people in your immediate vicinity. It gives you exposure to hundreds, thousands, potentially millions of people. And therefore, you know, it gives you a huge boost in exposure. It's easier. And since it's easier, that means everybody is doing it, right? So how do you cut through that clutter and get to your target audience, your target market? How do you get people to buy into your product or your service? I was asked this recently: how do you market your business effectively in 2019, 2020? And to be honest, I never really did Facebook ads. I never did these social media ads. I did them in the beginning, in the past, but as with all things, the more money you put into it, the more effective it is. And I didn't have much money to use these ads. So therefore, you know, how did I market my business? How did I market my brand? These things were organic, but I found that they are very, very effective, and they can work for anybody in this day and age from the things I've learned over the course of 8 and 9 years. And the first step is, it's 3 things. The first step is consistency. If you're consistent, you're beating out more than half of the people out there already just from the jump, if you're consistent. Because see, when you're consistent, you're already putting your business, your brand in front of your followers, in front of the people every single day, every single week anyway. You have to be consistent, whether it's a podcast, a blog, your business, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to keep with it. Because most of us, we don't keep with it. We don't have the endurance. We don't have the patience. We don't have the passion to stay with it through the hard times, through the lows, through the highs. We don't have that endurance, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're consistent, if you're doing what you say you're going to do every single day, every single week, every single month, you're going to be in front of people's faces regardless. Be consistent. Whatever it is that your schedule is for your podcast, whatever it is when it comes to your business, you have to stay with it. You have to show a resume, a credit history of what you do. Because when you do that, when you build up that consistency over time, it's going to lead you to the second step on how to effectively market your business or your brand, which is embodiment. You start to embody what you do. So whatever your podcast is about, you start to embody what you preach and what you speak about every single week on your podcast. You start to embody what it is that your business does. You become one with your brand. I am about motivation. I am about inspiration. I embody Mogul motivation. I embody photography. I love learning about photography. I love taking pictures. I love learning everything about it. I love inspiring people. Everything about this podcast, that's me. That's truly my personality. That's what you have to do. And that's what's going to happen once you become consistent with what you do. You embody it. You start to walk and talk and practice what you preach every single day. Even if that means every morning you have to give yourself a pep talk. I am the best, whatever it is that you do. You have to embody your passion. And that comes after you're consistent with it. It becomes second nature. And then that leads us to the third step, community. Once you're consistent, you begin to embody what you do. And once you embody what you do, it starts to resonate and it builds a community. People start to notice the real from the fake. They do, trust me. People know when you're passionate and when you're really practicing what you preach. People can see it. They can feel it. They can sense it when you walk into the room. They can sense it whenever you post something on social media. They start to follow you. They start to believe in you. And the strongest, most effective way I have marketed my business over these past 8 and 9 years has been word of mouth. Consistency leads to embodiment. Embodiment leads to community because of word of mouth. They start to tell other people about you and about what you're doing. They start to see the truth and they see that you're serious about this brand, about this business. And then it starts to spread. Word of mouth spreads faster than anything else. And that's why it's so important that you're a person of integrity. That's why it's so important that you're honest. That's why it's so important that you're genuine. So when that word of mouth spreads, people start to buy into it more and more, and then your community grows. And next thing you know, your business, your brand, your podcast, whatever it is starting to spread throughout the masses. That's truly how I have effectively marketed my business. That's how I effectively marketed Mogul Motivation. It's because I was consistent in everything that I did. And since I was consistent with everything that I did, I started to embody what I do. I started to live and breathe it every single day. It has become me. It has become one with my personality. And since it's become one with my personality and it was me and I was genuine, it created a community around my business and my podcast brand. And since the community started to grow because of word of mouth, now everybody knows about True Stories Media. Everybody knows about Mogul Motivation. And of course, more people can know. I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet. And that's when Facebook ads and Twitter ads and Instagram ads and all of these other things can supplement these organic ways of marketing. They can supplement that. But I truly believe the starting point is consistency, then embodiment, and then community through word of mouth. I truly believe that it's worked for me, and I know it could work for you. I know it could work for other entrepreneurs. But it all starts with these 3 steps. It's worked for me. Trust me. So that's my message this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. Be consistent. Be thorough, so that you can embody everything that you do, and so that your community can grow, and then everything else can build from there, and you can continue to strive towards success and reach your end game. If this podcast has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for 2 things. Number 1, please leave a 5-star review, and number 2, pass it on to somebody else who may benefit from it as well. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you next week.